on Yasuo. I believe this is gold replay. Yeah. I'm going to be checking out your laning, and then we're going to talk about the team fighting stuff. It's Friday, motherfuckers. We got Yasuo talking about face some wind. Don't lie to me. Face some wind. Alright. So, the first thing I can tell you about this matchup in general is that it can be very, very tricky to outplay Orianna because she has her ult and her shield. So you have to be very, very delicate with your all-ins and make sure you time them right. So far, I see nothing of value yet. Okay. Trades look alright. The thing is, you gotta remember, Orianna sort of out-trades you. It's like I said, this is a tough matchup. And what I'm gonna be looking for with you is, yeah, try to avoid going too fucking crazy without a good reason to. Maybe Orianna wastes a cooldown. Maybe you win. Well, that's probably the best time to go in, to be honest. It's probably around level 3 to start looking to harass. If you can time your win wall and cancel out the ball, that's probably going to be your best window of opportunity versus Orianna. But these trades here, really good. Oh, so nice. So nice. Really well played there. That's good. You back right away. I dig it. But you see what I was saying? It looks more like you can try to go for trades before you hit 3, but it's a little dangerous, as you saw. And if the jungler decides to gank you early and you die to Orianna, she's literally just going to walk around and auto you and beat your ass for the rest of the game. So I'd be very, very cautious about trading as early as you did in the matchup. So far, your farm's good. Using the wind wall to freeze the lanes. Interesting. But it's good. So you went for the early Avarice Blade, which is kind of similar to what I've been doing with the Gangplank. This is all well and good. Just know that by building this way, you don't really have a crazy early game, and you want to make sure that you're farming very, very well. This is good pressure on the Orianna. Yeah, I think Windwall's gotta just... Windwall is just a must-have for you in this matchup before you can really do anything, before you can really aggress. Because I would hate to jump in versus Orianna, misplay it a little bit, and then get caught with my pants down to like an Ori ult or something. That can be really gross. Plus, you're facing the kind of comp with Vi Ori that you can outplay them, but it kind of requires you to at least win wall the Orianna ball. I would always be a little timid when the Ori is walking at me because I'd be a little scared that Vi's coming. And your jungler's not in position to really help you. Vi could so much just come over the wall from like over here and just ult you, and that would be really tough to deal with. That trade, that's what I'm talking about right there. Anytime you're going to go in for a trade, you got to be ready to just win wall preemptively as soon as you get on top of her head. Because if you don't, you get chunked. Like here, you get chunked to about half health. And that kind of changes your lane a little bit. Even though you have a level advantage and everything. Remember, you rush Avarice Blade, so you're not going to be that strong. Vi's ganking you before she's 6. It's going to be a useless gank. Kayle catch out of position. You don't really react to it. Kayle just bump heads like, hey, how's it going? Nothing too significant yet. And nothing that I see that you need to be forcing. I feel like farming and playing your game smart is perfectly fine. Just make sure you're hitting the farm. You could have managed that wave a lot better. Alright, so Vision of Vi, you know that... Okay, you react to it. You know that Vi's dinking around at red, but you can't get too tunnel visioned on this, though. You can't get too tunnel vision on this, or he's going to shove the wave to mid, have vision over you, and free roam your turret. I don't like that too much. Yeah, don't tunnel on the idea. Once Vi reacts to the ward, just stay right in lane. Don't overplay it, because the last thing you want to do is have Orianna push into your turret. It's not a good idea. Another thing that I would caution you, until you get items, don't be going for those trades and the expensive minions. That's a waste of your time versus Orianna. If it's somebody that you think you can 100-0 for whatever reason, then go for it. Like, say they don't have any summoners or something, maybe you can get on top of them. But here we know that Orianna has both her summoners, and you're pretty weak, so you don't really want to be forcing anything. Plus, your jungler's not in position. This is how I gauge my aggression in the mid lane. It used to be I would pretty much just go nuts every time that I could and be like, fucking jungler sucks. But for the most part, I try to manage where my jungler is and where the my last known location of the enemy jungler is. So there, I noticed you skip some CS to try to hit a tornado. Even if you hit the tornado, it's not going to mean anything. So make sure you just get that farm. Plus, like I said, Avarice Blade Rush, to me, means you farm first. Okay, you farm heavy. I don't like this. I don't like that trade. You're missing CS. It's pointless. Now you don't have your ult. And here comes Vi. This is what I'm talking about. Forcing these funky trades. I don't really like that. And now you get your flash burned. And I don't know. I just think it's an unnecessary... I think it's an unnecessary trade to make versus Orianna. Like I said, unless you've got the kill, don't use your ult in that way. Don't just open. Don't just lead with it like that. Because the cooldown on the ult's 80 seconds. It's long. So you want to be decisive with it. Yasuo used to be able to just fucking spam his ult and go nuts. But now it's a little bit... There's a little bit more to it. And Ori especially because she has a shield. He's a very technical champ. Now that you have Static Shiv, now that you have a little bit more damage, the trades I wouldn't mind as much. But with the Avarice Blade, I don't think you should be. I don't think you should be going nuts. Here, good push. Also, very good positioning here. Remember, guys who are watching the stream, anytime that you hear Dragon go down, if you're at this side of the map, if you're in mid, expect a flank. If you're at bot lane, expect a flank. That's gonna reduce the amount of free kills you give up in the game. All right. This is good. This guy is clearly caught. It's a really good pickoff. Unfortunately, you don't secure the kill. But that's okay. Wow. It's a pretty good ult. Remember, if you didn't force that funky trade, you would have had your flash up to secure that Vi kill. This is why I'm very, very particular about flashes and summoners and shit like that. It's what you should be too. This is good. Dirty farming. I dig it. Now, I think you know Orianna's roaming, which is great. You're doing the right thing. You're not following. You're pushing. I have no problem with that. That's pretty much textbook what I would do in this spot. Then looking to roam. This is really good. Catch Vi again. She should be able to escape. You're very friendly. You're a very friendly Yasuo. Let's put it that way. You're a very gentle Yasuo. Right there, you were the most gentle Yasuo in all of League of Legends. A very polite Yasuo. Like, you may take my raptors, and you may flee, sir. Thank you for stopping into my raptor store. That's so gentle, dude. You guys are making fun of my face. Fuck you guys. Let's see. You could consider roaming here. There is an argument for pushing mid, but you don't really know where the Ori and the Lucian are. If you do, I didn't notice that you knew. But I would be looking at this Volibear. You've got a Fizz top. You can do some really easy dives with Fizz top. And Fizz top has Ignite. I would try to go top and get this turret down probably from here, I think, is a good line to take. Look how pushed up he is. And he doesn't really have escapes. You could be pinging it and just battle the Volibear. He can't do shit. I would have really liked that play there after you shoved mid. It's much better than what's going on here. You see, he's pushed up. You could have very easily pushed him out of lane and pressured this turret. Now you didn't really do much with your push. The other note I want to make is even if you do get to the turret here, this early without your team extending pressure on the map, yeah, it's much more advisable to just come up here. I think it's gonna give you more options because the sooner you get top turret down, the better. I think this is really good though. Very good. Good aggression, good recognize. It's good that you recognize that Ori's in a very vulnerable position there without a turret to hide behind. Okay, now you've pushed down 2 turrets. Look at the map. I already said once I think you should be trying to take top or even maybe bottom. But now you definitely need to focus those other lanes as soon as possible. I didn't mind you trying to battle there. That's good. I had no real issue with that. I mean, it's, you know, they burned a lot of shit on you, so it's okay. Now their team's gonna group. This is where things get tricky. Because if they stay grouped, it's gonna be very, very tough for you because all they have to really do right now, from what I see, all they really have to do is isolate you because you're pretty fed. Dragon's gone. Go mid. Go mid. Go mid. Go mid. Go mid. Yeah, you are going mid. When your team's not in position, you're better off shoving mid first. Just FYI. Notice top. You're finally moving up towards top lane. Nope. You're not. Make that roam, my friend. Make that roam here. Get this turret down. It's very exposed. Fizz top. Easy to dive with. Talk yourself into objectives and moments of aggression. I harp on this a lot on my streams. I say shove mid, push mid all the way in, and then go up top. You don't really like bottom quite as much. The only reason I say that is because, you know, it's Lucian, and I don't really like diving Lucian as much. It's an unreliable dive, and I feel like diving Volibear might be a little bit more reliable, believe it or not. Or even just pushing him out of lane and then maybe getting the turret down. But there's an argument for both sides. If your team gets these guys low, you can come down here. Also, this turret's low, so right now there's an argument for going bot lane. Now that Volibear kind of has tank items, I don't know if my roam top makes as much sense, but overall, basically what I'm getting at is I think you need to be setting the tone sooner with Yasuo and getting those turrets down. I am not Void Boy, but I've watched a lot of his Yasuo gameplay, and he likes to group and punish objectives a lot faster than you are right now. And that's something that I think you're missing out on through this replay so far. Because you got the lead. But get under those objectives and start pressuring them. Here, finally, you're going top. That's what I want to see. Some life, signs of life. They're in your red. You come down. Don't chase too hard here. Again, push mid. Once the fight's disengaged, move right to mid. Ori does a really good job of delaying you, surviving your burst damage, all that. Remember, push, roam. Push, roam. Alright, yeah. You recognize the fight's bad. You back away. That's fine. You're farming hard. I dig that. No qualms here. You back for a Triforce? I don't agree with that. This is going to be my first criticism of you, my young warrior. The amount of farm that you have? No. No. I like the Mark Treads. I don't like the Triforce. I don't think it's as good. I think you should be going at IE here. IE is pretty much... Yeah, if it's... I don't know what the Koreans are doing. Yeah. Let's put it this way, okay? Until I see this build in action and dominating, I don't know if I like it. I don't like it even more just because in this spot here, you're gonna need some more damage, some more stickiness if you don't have the damage. And I don't think Triforce is gonna give you quite as much as, like, if you wanted to go a different item, fucking Blade of the Rune King before Triforce, in my opinion. At least that way you can fucking stick to people, and there's some tanks on the other team. But I don't know if I like Triforce as much. Maybe I'm wrong. This is just my thoughts on the initial look at it, because I don't play Yasuo a shit ton, and I don't know what's trendy right now. But yeah, that's just my read off the initial. And thank you, chat, for pointing out that I might be underestimating the build. It just, my initial read is it's not that good. That's a good pick off. That's the type of stuff I want to see. Push, ping it, push. I would be trying to poke and hit a dive here if I was Yasuo, and I would not fear failing. This needs to be a dive. Oh my god, if you had the ult. Oh, that's right, use the ult. That's good. Well played. Stay in that. Wait, why are you backing away? Peel for your team. Why are you backing away? There's no reason to back away there. Throw that tornado. I mean, you just got their Lucian down. You're good. Come back up and fling that tornado. Peel for your team. You want them to leave? Great. Peel for them. Shoot a tornado out there. Yasuo tornado is big peel. Alright, so... But I will give you credit though. Your decision to go and farm is fine with me. Okay, now going for some lifesteal, maybe Blade of the Rune King now? Who are you focusing? In this fight, let's look at this again. Get on their carries. Fuck this. Fuck this Vi shit. Go on their backline. You have plenty of time. There's nothing stopping you. Get up their carries' ass here. You're so huge comparison to everybody else with your build. Like you have so much money. Go right for their carries. Don't give them a break. Walk at them in a straight line. Fuck, Vi's gone. Like, Vi's trapped. Zone off these two idiots here. Like, this is your focus. And like I said, this is a window of time where you're so big that you can just go in there. Dick swinging past your knees right now, okay? And I think that, I think you miss an opportunity here because you don't see them as squishy as I do. And I think because of that, I think you failed to put down people that need to be put down. Both Ori and Lucian have big farm, and I want you to challenge them. And you give them time to react. Another thing I want to talk about too, when people are in trouble in lower elo, the carries love to help. Right? Carries love to help. Mind game that a little bit. Okay? Mind game that a little bit. and then go right into the carries when they step in to help. Fake the aggression. You can sit there on the Vi and maybe Q a couple times, but position yourself in advance so that once the carries, I want you to notice, watch how close they are to you, and you don't punish them here. Watch how close they are to you right now. When you step towards the Vi, they don't care. Watch, they come back because they're like, I gotta help this Vi. That's your window right there. That's what I'm talking about. You can mind game it and go straight at them here. But because you don't see, like, you got to see these types of reactions happening. People say, oh, I got to help my team. That's where you take advantage of them and exploit them. You have a huge lead right now. Swinging past your knees. But yeah, I wanted you diving on them there. I gotta see what happened there. Sorry. Let's see if you could have avoided this. Here. Let's try. That's alright. That's alright. You didn't have flash up. You kind of got picked. They ISO'd you a little bit. It was a rough spot. You could have pathed around, but I didn't. I thought you were safe there too. Alright. You're looking for Lucian here hard. Good attempts. So your team's battling a little bit. This is good. Alright. You just got out team fought there. I don't mind you. I don't mind that fight. Let's look at it again though. I gotta see this in all its glory. What did I think about how you fought here? Alright, let's slow it down, break it down, and figure out why you lose. So Fizz slays Vi, right? Fizz is back. Fizz is low. Alistar goes for the knock up here. Trist on it really doesn't follow up. Okay. So, here's the thing. Everything about the initial open of the fight is fine, but once Orianna hits a big ult, you kind of want to make a little space until Kayle gets in position here. The reason being is because, like I said, Orianna is very, very baity versus Yasuo, and you don't really want to get caught in a position like this here, where you try to secure a kill and you just can't quite get there. And a big part of that is because of the shield. And when you start chasing here too heavy, your team kind of gets volley-beared on. And you've also got to consider in spots like this, if you really want to win these team fights, try to utilize everyone to the maximum potential. Here, if you can battle with Kayle, that's huge. And you kind of get soloed off. Kayle doesn't get to heal you. Kayle doesn't get to ult you. So as soon as the ult goes off here, in an ideal world, like the ideal way to play the fight, and I know shit happens and you don't always think this through as it's happening, but the ideal way to play this spot is as soon as you make the pick here, As soon as you make the pick and Ori goes to ball you or ult you guys, this is where you need to defend your team and not just charge the back line so much in this spot. Because your team needs you here. The Volibear's no joke. He's just as big of a level as you are. And you waste a lot of time with this where you could have helped your team and got Kale to heal you, worked off of each other. I think it would have been a lot cleaner. It's rough. It's a rough spot. And because of that, you basically, you make a pick, but then you try to greed it up a little bit farther than what it needs to be. Free Baron, don't know how that happens. Wait, could you guys not have contested this? Hold on, let me see this again. So they get the inhib down. You guys don't even check it. Wow. Well, I was going to say, if your team goes to contest that, it might not be bad, but everyone kind of floated. Fizz didn't get in there. That was a freebie. I think you could have poked at it. Maybe not, but I would have liked to see what happens if you go straight for it. Assume after they take an objective and I'll beeline up, they're probably going to go for Baron. So you're at this point in the gameplay, you guys are fighting versus a Baron team. Your team's kind of bad, I'll grant you that. But yeah, you shouldn't really be looking to clean up the Baron fight. It's just going to be ugly. Should be trying to ping them back and not let them fight here. Yeah, I mean, it's never going to go your way. Like, they get more AD, they get more AP. The minions are bigger. It's just bad. Alright, dude. I think this is a good stopping point because I think I know how these battles are going to go. Everybody on the other team is pretty fed. You guys are behind now. The only thing I would say to you to improve is focus objectives a little quicker with your big leads. And in the fights where you have opportunities to go on carries, go on them. And then in spots where you make picks, think pick, back, pick, back. Like, that's a really good way to view team fights where you make quick nabs of ADCs and carries and shit like that. Because once you make the picks, remember that the enemy top laner, like in this spot here, enemy top laner is bigger than your Fizz is, right? Which is something that I thought, personally, that you could have helped remedy, to be honest. But, bearing all that, get it, bearing. Once you make a pick, the tendency is for top laners to like teleport in, and those are the spots where you want to pull back, regroup, then aggress forward again. And yeah, I also think personally, I think your build would have been better if you just went the standard like IE build. I think you would have been doing more damage here. That's just my read on it. I don't know for sure, but it certainly feels like if you had more, if you had higher damage output. I think you might have been able to kill... Like, these guys aren't even really stacking, like, armor either, so you could have probably... Aside from the Volibear, you could have probably just dumpstered them with the standard build. I don't think the Korean build... It didn't seem as strong as I think you would have liked it to be. Like I said, I would rather you go Static Shiv and play the Rune King than Static Shiv and Triforce. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah, I think I covered everything, man. Your Yasuo's pretty good. This was, like I said, this was a rough game. I think you could have swung it a little bit more, though, if you made some decisions on objectives. It might have still been a loss, but I think overall, a combination of maybe your objective focus and partly the build, I would double-check the build, might have been a big deciding factor in whether or not you win or lose that game. All right, this is Martin, ECDSpitchGaming.tv, going over a replay of Littlefinger on Yasuo. Pretty good Yasuo player, pretty fun to watch. If you guys enjoyed this or you want to see your replays reviewed, subscribe, like it, send your replays to lawreplayreview@gmail.com. That is lawreplayreview@gmail.com. And you too can have your replays reviewed on stream. I do this Monday through Fridays, 9 to 5. Monday through Friday. So please come and check it out. I love all of you. Smart EC, SpinchGaming.tv. I'm out. Have a good weekend. Peace, crackers.